Swarovski Optik North America's communications manager and Swarovski Optik Quest's host Dean Capuano has a unique opportunity now to introduce public relations honcho Rob Lancellotti to the wonders of Argentina and its legendary red stag hunting.
A couple months back, I had called Rob into my office and asked him what his schedule was like on these dates, and he tried to stay calm, but you could tell as soon as he heard Argentina and red stag, I thought he was going to get up and skip down the hallway.
Go over the first river.
All right, I got it.
I had already heard quite a bit about Tipal from Dean, who had already hunted down here. Started to gather up my gear and get rifles and scopes on rifles, and I really couldn't wait to get my feet on the ground and a rifle over my shoulder. Whole lot going on down here.
Yeah. A big part for me on any trip is to really take the time to see the local culture, and Buenos Aires has pointed us to what Rob doesn't know is we're really not down here stag hunting. We just brought him down for tango lessons for the week.
I could actually use stance lessons.
So the Andes Mountains run like this, and we'll be hunting just below them.
We're basically in the foothills of the Andes.
Foothills of the Andes, yep.
Outside the northern Patagonia city of San Martin de los Andes lies the century-old 48,000-acre Cerro de los Pinos Ranch and its stag hunting lodge, Tipal, surrounded by crystalline trout waters.
About 12 years ago, we landed down here at Estancia Tipal on a fly fishing trip, but we quickly discovered that there was great stag hunting here as well. Shortly thereafter, we acquired the stag hunting rights, employed a lot of our techniques that we learned in South Texas, and it's really paying off with big dividends. We can see the average size of the stags going up just year after year.
It seems like you go around every corner and there's a group of 30 or 40 hinds with a couple of really big red stags in it. So you just can't help but get excited, and the management program is obviously working.
A close relative of our North American elk, the red deer can stand nearly 5 feet at the shoulder and weigh more than 600 pounds. The Safari Club International record Argentine stag scored 465 1/8.
Right now, towards the end of March is the very high peak of the rut season, of the roar, as we call it. Every time you go out, you'll be hearing these wonderful red stag roar. They just sound almost like a lion. And it's very exciting.
Well, after 2 days of travel, we're finally here down at Tipal for our red stag hunt. Rob, you ready to go?
Ready to go.
We got one more thing we need to do. We've done a lot of traveling the last couple days, so we're gonna sight the guns in, make sure that they're on at 100, and then do the ballistic turret settings, and we should be good to go. So Rob, this week we're shooting the ballistic turret on these scopes, which is kind of nice because it gives you that versatility to set it at any distance. So what we're going to do with this gun, we've got it sighted in at 100 yards.
Set on at 100.
And then we're going to make those progressive colors at 200, 300, and 400. So we went on our ballistic calculator for our app, and we pump in all our information. It gives us the readings that we want. Happy?
Happy.
Let's get right in. So we left for the morning hunt. It didn't take us long to spot a couple of really good stags, and he's got those 2 hinds with him. He's just to the left of those 2 hinds. We had decided this one that Rob was going to go after, and we had, spotted him maybe 300 or 400 yards off. 300. Every time we tried to move in on him, he kind of moved around the hillside, and we got in pretty tight once. He's right at 300.
I got him, but there's a hind right directly
Okay,
behind
take your time. He's not going anywhere. We just couldn't get a good shot. He got the crosshairs on him for a couple of short seconds, but just not enough time to really take a good, confident shot. Maybe we'll get up and go a little further. The weather's been a little tough this morning. We started out, it was beautiful sunny sunrise this morning down in Argentina, but the clouds moved in, it started to rain, but we've got on this really good stag for Rob, and we've been inching our way towards him, and we just can't seem to get on him. We're gonna ease up over this hill, and hopefully we can get Rob on this stag. He's a good one. We let the stag move off with the hinds a little bit and kind of moved in a little bit more, and you know, as we climbed over that next hill, we set him up on that pack, and he's right at 150. You know, the funny thing about Rob this week is again, he's not a guy that shows his emotion, but you know, when you put him on that pack and he's getting ready to make the shot, you can see the intensity level on him just go up a couple notches, and that's been just great to see this week.
Come on.
Nice shot. He went right down. Nervous?
A little bit. Inflation. Thank you.
You put us on him. I'll tell you what, it didn't come easy, but we got him.
Well, Rob,
Beautiful,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice stag. Beautiful, mature stag. He's got, you know, 5 on one side on the crown, a little character over there, and beautiful 3 crown on this side, and carried good mass all the way up. With the optics this morning, it's good to spot them a long ways off before you decide and go after them. But this one, he's just a big, beautiful, mature stag.
Yeah.
Welcome to Patagonia.
Yeah. Great to be here.
Well, this week with Swarovski Optik Quest, we're down in Argentina at the Tipal Lodge hunting red stag in the hills of Patagonia.
Rob and Dean will have basically the challenge of trying to get really close to these stags that mainly are with big groups of hinds. Sometimes there'll be one stag with almost 20 hinds, and those eyes are watching you. The stag is, you know, thinking of something else completely. He's looking at the girls, and the girls are looking all around. So once they see you, all the rest start to notice that something strange is going on.
This week, this should be the best week down here. These stags are really starting to rut heavy, and you know, they're screaming all around us, so.
More than 100 years ago, red stag were brought from Austria and the Carpathian Mountains of Europe and released on the Pampas in the center of Argentina. Red deer were also released in Patagonia in the 1920s and have spread and grown to more than 75,000 in number.
It's really amazing how they've taken on. They really love it here, and the grounds are just a perfect habitat for them.
The wildlife of Argentina is as varied as the landscape. Along with red stag can be found black buck, axis deer, the rare pair de vie deer, and enormous European wild boar. Argentina is also a haven for birds, from waterfowl to dove to pigeon to the perdiz. For birders, Argentina offers more than 1,000 different species to spot, including the magnificent Andean condor.
We were in the middle of a stalk and we stopped. You know, used our binoculars to get up close and personal, and just an amazing bird.
Wow, that is a big bird. I would say his wingspan's got to be 8 feet. You don't get to see a bird like that too many times in your lifetime. We made a couple of stalks and we got into an area that was just loaded with stag, and they were roaring in every direction. This stag's everywhere. Oh, look how wet his tips are.
Oh my word.
There was this one stag that every antler tip was polished white. He looked like a Christmas tree, and
He's fired up. Those white tips just make him look unbelievable.
the guide had said, you know, he was still immature, he still had some growing to do.
Oh, boar. That's a big hog. We realized this boar is a boar we don't want to pass up, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime boar.
He was just massive. It's the biggest boar I've ever seen.
We decided he was one we were going to go after, and you know, I kind of hung back and watched Rob kind of do the whole thing. And
Rob, just be patient. Make sure you get a good rest and take your time.
It was probably maybe a 100-yard shot downhill, and he filled up the field of view in the scope.
Nice shot, Rob.
Nice shot.
Good shot. Congratulations. First Russian boar in Argentina.
Wow, big hog.
That's a big boar. You know, we came into this little area, looked for stag, and there was plenty of stag around us, but we stumbled on this guy, and there are a lot of hogs down here, and they're chewing up a lot of the stuff that's good for the cattle, so the ranchers are more than happy that we take a few. Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job, guide.
Thank you.
Oh, Rob, that was a good first day.
Good day. Stag still all around us.
You know, obviously you come down to Argentina, and first and foremost it's about the stag hunting, but arriving here at Tipal, you see the quality of the lodge and the grounds, and you know, the green and the flowers and the gardens that they keep here, and it's just an amazing place.
You know, here at the High Adventure Company, we pride ourselves on taking our clients to some of the best destinations around the world, whether it's here in Patagonia, the Kalahari in Africa, or one of our ranches in South Texas. And along with that goes using the best equipment we can get our hands on. And I tell you, day in, day out, we found that Swarovski gives us the advantages that we need in the field.
Having a good spotting scope, a good pair of glasses makes a big, big difference, because you could be 600 yards away, and if you have a good scope, the guide will tell you, okay, this one is really worth going after.
For 60-plus years, Swarovski Optik has been committed to the development and production of long-range sports optics. And true to the hunter's quest to get within reach of nature, Swarovski is the leading manufacturer of high-end optics.
Rob, one of the first things you notice in Argentina hunting red stag is the distances that you're looking, and our 12x50 EL is just the perfect binocular for this hunt.
Oh yeah, perfect fit. The size, the weight, and the magnification is going to be just what we need for this hunt.
And the other thing is, I mean, binoculars are important, but in the mornings and in the evenings, a spotting scope, we've got our 65mm this week, should be a perfect fit as well.
That'll be great. I think 65 is a great fit.
Is that the big boy off to the left there?
Yeah, there's two of them up there. That's a lot of eyeballs.
So this afternoon was my turn to be on the trigger, and I was awfully excited.
Well, we came out to an area called Machin Grande. Got down in this little hole, nice green area, and it is just loaded with stag. I'll tell you what, we've heard a lot about the roar before you get here. But until you see this, until you hear these big stag roars chasing these hinds, you just don't get an appreciation for it.
This is like a honey hole, just loaded with stag. They're running these hinds back and forth.
I see there's another big one coming in too.
He is a big boy.
How far is that from here? 400?
We had spotted this really nice mature stag that we had decided he's the one we needed to go after.
I guess it's a good dilemma to have when you get so many stag. It's tough to get in on them.
Dean knows very well how big this country is here, which means more importantly than ever, quality optics come into play. You know, as a biologist, it's very important that we take the right animals out of the herd. When you've got a stag on the next mountain and you're trying to decide, are you going to put a stalk on him? That is just an incredible piece of equipment to zoom in, see if we really want to exert the effort to get over there and get after that stag.
How does he look?
He looks good. He's got a lot of hinds with him though, a lot of females. You want to try and get up and get over?
Yeah.
he was with 30 or 40 hinds, and you know, every time we kind of stalked up the hill and played cat and mouse with them, they either spooked us or didn't like something that they smelled and kind of kept going up. Unfortunately, that game of cat and mouse kept going up the ridge, and what started out as a leisurely afternoon hunt became a death march. And you know, the stag was that good that we wanted to really keep going on it. And you know, again, every time we got within 500 or 600 yards, it just didn't work out. But we chased him for the better part of 3 or 4 hours.
We're getting close. We think he's just over this rise, another 200 yards.
A little tired. The terrain down here in Argentina and hunting these stags will really test your endurance, and this hunt certainly did.
This is the closest we've been so far.
Yeah. Well, he should be right up over this corner. We're thinking he's about 200. So if we can get to this corner, I think we're going to be able to get a shot at like 150.
And finally, we had gotten into the point where the big stag and a few hinds had kind of separated off from the group, and we were able to get in on them a little bit easier.
How far?
150, 60 meters.
Okay, he's coming straight at us. It's broadside, I'm going to take him.
Yes, got it.
He didn't go too far off, just a perfect shot, and you know, it was really great after working that hard for that stag. Rob, I'll tell you what, you know, we're in the industry and we talk about getting in shape for hunts all the time, but you know, unfortunately we don't make any optics that do the walking for you. But it certainly helps to know you're gonna put the effort in, you're going after the right stag, so.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of work ourselves tonight.
Gonna do this one on foot.
You know, we come up on the stag, and obviously, you know, I'm excited. He's just a huge stag, and for the last 3 or 4 hours, we had been making that climb, and I was so into the hunt, I didn't really realize how high we climbed. And you know, getting up to this stag and turning around and just seeing how beautiful Argentina really is, and certainly it's about, you know, hunting the animal and the experiences, but it's those specific things that you remember for your entire life.